Hey, what's going on, everybody out there? Fine human beings of this existence that's happening right now that we're all experiencing, that is just unbelievably amazing. I hope that whoever watches this video, you're exploring and getting the most out of this incredible life and this incredible existence. Let's talk about confidence. Whether you like it or not, confidence is still today in 2020 one of the most important attributes that a human being can possess going out into the world in order to be, let's say, successful out in the world. Now, why do I say successful like that? Because success can be defined in different ways, right? You can be a hermit and live on your own on the top of a mountain and be 100% happy and fulfilled with your life, and that would be a successful life. In the world we live in today, we have important needs, right? That tie into what you would define as being success. So attracting a mate that you're happy with, so the opposite sex. Being able to provide stable income so that you can have a roof over your head and eat healthy and take care of yourself if you're sick. Be able to travel, be able to be more able. All these things with confidence can be achieved so much more easily, and you can achieve so much more with great confidence. Confidence is an unbelievable thing. Personally, I think confidence is overrated. I would prefer to meet people who may not have that much confidence, but are displaying things like honesty, integrity, um, good ethics, good morals, kindness, compassion. Those to me are signs of strength. There are plenty of confident or people who appear to be confident people out there who they lie, they cheat, they do not have good intentions. So confidence, unfortunately today, it's still uh, the biggest indicator for a lot of people of whether a person is strong, able. Um, so if we're dating, let's say, women are attracted to confident men. Why? Because that confidence it's not the confidence that women are attracted to, it's what the confidence shows, right? So as human beings, we still respond to confidence as a sign that there is strength behind that confidence, right? So confidence is a byproduct, let's say, a symptom of strength, right? It's what happens when there is strength. In fighting, it's the same thing. So, Mike Tyson is a great example. He trained so hard. He had such a great coach and trainer that instilled confidence in him. A lot of MMA fighters, a lot of athletes train hard for this reason, because when they train hard every day, especially when they're doing the extra training that maybe their competitors, the people they're competing against, aren't doing, they start to build up this self-belief in themselves. That's confidence, right? Self-belief, feeling good about yourself. So it's simple. That's what confidence is. It's when you feel good about yourself. It's self-love, it's self-respect, it's when you have self-belief. It all ties together in being a strong person, right? Women are attracted to strong men. And that's why confidence for, I'd say 9 times out of 10 for most women is that sign that this person is strong. As I said earlier in the video, to me, confidence doesn't really mean much because I know how people can be deceptive, deceptively confident. I see it in fighting when I'm standing across the cage or the ring or the mats from my opponents. I can tell when there's, in the end, the beauty of fighting is that a lot of it is going to be dictated through your ability. But having said that, confidence in fighting is huge, and it can pretty much win you a fight if you walk in confidently, because you can break the confidence of your opponent. So these Mike Tysons of the world, when they train every day. They are building their self-belief, their confidence, and then when they enter the ring and they're about to fight, they're exuding all this confidence, and it puts the fear into their opponent, because their opponent looks at that confidence and feels like there's a reason for that confidence. This person knows something that they don't know. This person knows that they're going to win, and that can create self-doubt in their opponent. So when it comes to dating, it's the same thing. When you are confident, for whatever reason it may be, and in my previous video I talked about, how we can build our confidence, how most people build their confidence, up. I'm going to try to mention what I believe are the best ways to build your confidence up later in this video, because there are sustainable, long-term sources of confidence where you can feel confident for months and years and decades. And then there's this confidence that we get that's kind of like trading on the stock market, where you'll be up for a couple of hours and then you'll be down, and then you'll be up and down. It's a very volatile, and you expose yourself, you make yourself very vulnerable. And those sources of confidence usually stem from the opinions of others, like getting likes on Instagram if you put a photo of yourself and you get all these people, this attention, and then your confidence goes up. But then it can easily go back down if the next day you post a photo and you get half the amount of likes, or God forbid, no likes at all. Then your confidence is just completely gone. If you're dating on online dating apps, or and you start to get matches, you can feel that confidence in you. You just feel more full, you feel more whole, you feel that sense of strength and that power, and those feelings are linked, are triggered by thoughts. And what are the thoughts that are creating those feelings? The thoughts are that you are worthy, that you are desirable, that you are attractive, that you are valuable, that you are relevant. All those thoughts that in a matter of milliseconds flash through your head, whether you get a match on a dating app, or even better, if you get a message, or if you start to exchange messages and you start to receive more interest, and you find that this person is actually attracted and chasing you, sending you pictures and wanting to meet up, wanting to exchange phone numbers, your confidence starts to build and build and build, right? But those are external. They're dependent not from within. They're dependent on someone's opinion of you. Someone else's opinion of you that makes your opinion of yourself strengthen. That strengthens your opinion, right, of yourself. It's volatile, it's built on very shaky foundations, it's usually not very long lasting, and it's unfortunately the most widespread confidence that we see out there. It's the reason why so many people have anxiety and insecurity and fear and low self-esteem, low confidence. It's why so many people drink as much as they do and do all kinds of different things to try to deal with that volatility, right? So, unfortunately, it creates a lot of bad behavior as well, right? When we feel high, we feel good, and we're in a position where we're able to share love and be kind. But if it's volatile and it's high for a couple of hours and then down for a couple of hours, usually the downs wind up being longer, right? And then that's when the bad behavior comes out, and then that's when our world, our society, our community gets more full of bad behavior, people being mean-spirited and not cool with each other, and it just makes the world like a crappier place to live in, right? Whereas the sustainable, strong, long-lasting confidence that I'm sure we all have felt, but we all need to be reminded of what those things are when, let's say, if I'm an artist and I draw something, I make a painting, and then because of that thing that I created, I feel good about myself, right? It gives me this sense of I'm able, I have a value, I'm relevant, I'm capable, I am worthy. And that builds a confidence that is much more difficult for anyone to take away because you have built that yourself. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. So I think a few years ago I made a video and I called it Know Who You Are and Know What You Want, which was told to me by a judo Olympic world champion. He basically, I asked him, hey, what's the best advice you would give me? Like in a nutshell, he said, know who you are and know what you want, right? So when you know who you are, then you don't need anyone else to tell you how valuable and amazing you are. And when you have that type of confidence, this is the confidence that women love, that everyone loves, that it's going to bring you success in your life. It's long-lasting, it's powerful, and you're going to love it. It's like a wave that you create for yourself that you ride, right? Rather than depending on the waves that other people are going to create for you, which could be choppy, they could not last very long, and it's just not going to be a fun ride. You're going to feel vulnerable, you're going to feel insecure, you're going to feel really exposed and sensitive. So for a lot of guys out there, I know that what we think about the most is like how to be able to attract like hot girls, like beautiful women, desirable women, like have a gorgeous girlfriend or have a gorgeous wife or have someone that we really want. It's all tied in with the same thing, like being successful at work, being successful in fighting. It's all the same thing. So it's that confidence, and where we're getting that confidence from will help. In the past, when I've been dating, for example, I always wound up finding the best, most gorgeous, most attractive, most incredible people coming into my life when I was dating when I had spent several months not dating and just building and doing things like working, so we can get a lot of confidence from our work. It doesn't have to be just drawing a painting. That was an example. But let's say you are killing it at work. Let's say you're great at what you do. Or even if you're not great at what you do, but just being able to get things done, go into work, have a productive day, get things done, that will fill you with that sense of you are able, that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you are valuable, that you are useful, that you are relevant. Those are the the words that tie into that self-belief and that confidence, right? That, feeling good about yourself. So this is why so many people are workaholics and they love their work. I don't have any judgment on people who are workaholics who work so much, because I used to, kind of maybe have a negative viewpoint on people who work all the time and don't really have a life. But my opinions have changed in the last few years because, um, I believe balance is important always. You don't want to just be doing one thing all the time. That can create pain in your life and suffering. And there are a lot of people who have this problem. I do a lot of sessions with people who just are workaholics, and they want to be able to have a life, but they've conditioned themselves, which means they've created such strong, deep rooted habits to just go to work, and that's their life. And to change those habits, it's going to take time, right? Creating new habits. But now I changed a bit because, there are, work is an important part of your life, and I don't see anything wrong with work being your life either. I look at, let's say the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. He's, let's say, or, any governor or any, it's their life. He has to get up at 4 in the morning, fly to here and there, or in his entire life he is the governor of this state. And that's his life. And there's nothing wrong with having that as your life. And then you will work people into your life, you'll find the appropriate relationship, that will work. But anyway, I digress. I want to keep this video on confidence, right? So when I took a break, or in the past, whenever I take breaks, and I just, I say, screw dating, screw trying to find a relationship and all of this, and then I dive into my life, into my work, into my record label, my business. I start working on that. I start to see the returns. I start to see that, I just built a new website for my business. I've had websites since the 90s, and now I just revamped it, created an updated website. And that feeling that you get from building, putting in the time and creating something, and then you get to enjoy it, it gives you this incredible feeling of being able and strong, and then when you spend time building and connecting with your family, with your friends, and getting out of that, because dating is it's a very difficult world to be in, especially if, depending on where you live, but especially online dating nowadays. It's full of people who are suffering, who are out of divorces, out of relationships, who there's a lot of, trying to use the word toxic less these days, but there are people out there who are mean-spirited and sick, just downright sick, and they, there's energy vampires, there's all kinds of this, it's a jungle out there, it's a circus out there, and in order to navigate through that world, especially if you're full of confidence and you're full of light, there are going to be a lot of different people out there who are going to be attracted to that light and who are going to want to suck and take some of that light, take that confidence, especially people who lack confidence and go onto dating apps, or just to build up their self-esteem. And if you're not aware of this, if you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know that a lot of people, they go on dating apps to build up their self-esteem, and for no other reason as well. So that exists as well. There are a lot of women who have just come out of, let's say, a breakup or divorce or whatever, and they just want to build their ego and their self-esteem up, and they want to get that attention from guys. Now, they don't realize that attention, as I was talking about earlier in the video, it's very short temporal, short-lived, volatile, and it's not long-lasting, and it's gonna become like a drug to them. They're gonna need, and they can get hooked on that, and then it can turn into like bad behavior and a bad lifestyle, and turning into like not a very clever way to live your life. You become a slave, right? You lose your freedom. You become dependent on the attention and validation of men. And it's a rabbit's hole. A lot of women, they can start off here, and then they are going to need different kind of attention. They're going to need sexual attention. Then they're going to need more different types of sexual, and then it can get from one guy's attention to two guys' attention to like, oh, now I need a guys and girls' attention. Now I need a whole group. So it's a sad, slippery downward slope. It can be when we are getting our confidence from sources outside of us, especially, from people, and especially from people who are not the right people that we should be interacting with. So, yeah, I hope this helps a little bit. I hope there's a few things in here that will be useful. I think there's nothing more amazing than being able to cultivate and build your power, charge yourself up with confidence from just hard work, whether it's going to the gym and training hard, whether it is working at your work, at your 9 to 5, whether it is creativity, whether it's gardening, I will someday make a video about gardening because it is a unbelievable, crazy, magical hack, because when you plant something and you start to see it grow, the confidence, the feeling you get, the power from feeling that you are able to create this thing, nurture it, make it grow, it is, I don't want to say godlike, but it's a very empowering feeling. And I understand why a lot of people turn to gardening at all ages, but you'll see it also in later ages, because it's a hack. It's a crazy thing. So focus on this. Take this seriously. If you're able to bring confidence into your life from your own world, from the things that you do, not from other people, you're going to be stronger. Your confidence is going to, people aren't going to be able to take it away. Your website that you built and spent 6 months building it, you're always going to know that you did that you're capable of that. The confidence it's going to give you is going to be tremendous. Gratitude, so important. I have mentioned it so much, but I should never neglect mentioning it, because that's also where confidence stems from. Gratitude is basically pointing your attention to all the things that you have, right? All the things that you have that make you strong, that are on your side, right? And we very quickly forget what we have, because we look out in the world and everyone's showing off. Everyone's showing off. That's what social media is. It's what it has become, is just people showing off, right? I quit all my social media. I'll make a video about that. It's been 2.5 years now. No Facebook, no nothing. I have an Instagram, but it's just my family and just very few people on there. And I don't follow anyone on Instagram, not even my friends, not even my family. I follow just inspiring, motivating sources. And if one of those inspiring, motivating sources, guides, or whoever that I'm following winds up putting something on their Instagram that I feel is just showing off, I unfollow it. Because showing off is just going to make people feel worse about themselves. There's some goodness in it that, we do want to compete, we do want to learn, we want to know what's out there and how we can better our lives. And oh, I didn't know I could barbecue this way, or I didn't know this island existed in Greece, or I didn't know I could. So it's good for knowledge. And again, this is another video, but this is why we're so drawn to things like Instagram, is because humans, we are programmed instinctually to learn. We are so obsessed with knowing more and learning more, which again, another video, but it's why we're so obsessed with things that are bad for us. Why we're drawn to things that hurt us more so than things that don't hurt us, that are good for us. Why do we like the things that are bad for us, not the things that are good for us? Why is it that no one wants to meditate for 5 minutes a day? Even 5 minutes is oh God, I don't have time for this. I don't want to do. There's just that feeling that, oh, I just don't want to do this. But then something bad, let me say, let's go on a dating app, or let me talk to this guy or this girl, or eat this, or smoke this, or watch this entertainment on, or whatever. The things that are entertaining and bad, maybe not so good for us, I believe subconsciously on a very deep level, the reason we're attracted to those is because we know that they're going to hurt us, and that we know through pain we're going to learn the most, and we're going to grow the most. So anyway, a few things to think about, and I'm sending everybody out there all the very best. In a few weeks here in the U.S., we have elections, and it's kind of crazy times, and I hope that I can tell you that the last 4 years of the world, I have never seen so much mean-spiritedness, negativity. I remember about 3.5 years ago, just sending a text to my friend and saying, have you ever noticed this many assholes before? Is it just me, or are there more assholes than usual around these days? And he wrote back, he was like, no, I'm seeing it as well. He's all the way in England. And then I started asking a few other people and started getting this. This is 3.5 years ago. And I didn't realize it at the time, but now looking back, the last 4 years has there's a lot of good about it because all this crap is coming to the surface. What's not good about it is that crap exists in all of us. We all have, as the yin and yang, we all have good within us, and we all have darkness within us. And unfortunately, the darkness within us that may have been smaller and manageable and being controlled, under the control of the good wolf that's within us. The flames have been fanned for that darkness in us, that fear, unfortunately due to, can't even think of the right word, but really disgraceful leadership, that is just all about divide and conquer, dividing people, dividing friends. I nearly had a big fight with one of my best friends just a few weeks ago over the current leadership of this country. It's dividing everybody. Everyone's picking sides, and there's never been so much tribalism as there is. So I believe that the goodness in us is still far, far greater than that darkness in us. In some people, that darkness has overtaken, and it's become maybe half of who they are, or maybe even more. But the majority of people out there are pretty smart, and we just want to enjoy our life. We want to pay our bills. We want to be able to feed our families, take care of our health, take care of the health of our families. We want to be strong. We want to be safe. We want to feel respected and valued and loved and cared for. And we're gonna, we will, we will prevail. That will prevail. It's just, it always has throughout history. Good always will prevail. over darkness, because we all want to just enjoy our life. That's what life is about. At the end of the day, life is here to be enjoyed. So when you're doing the silly things that give you that temporary enjoyment, but then long-term pain, whether it's, I don't know, heroin or drugs or sex addiction or addiction to foods or whatever, that make you feel like, oh, I'm enjoying myself right now for this 1 hour, 2 hours, but then you're in misery. So when we talk about life is to be enjoyed, it's not as simple as just going out and partying. It's about, taking care of yourself so that you can enjoy life, so you can sleep, get good night's sleep, so you're not living in physical pain, so you're not living in mental pain, so that you're able to spread love and respect to the people around you. And when they receive that love and respect, they will share it back. That's the type of world we can live in, and we have lived in, and we still are living in today, despite our just disgraceful leaders who are basically just trying to divide and conquer, divide everybody so that they can control and be powerful. All right, everybody, adios for now, and more videos to come.